I'm about to show you the best scheme in Madden to start the year. This is going to be the best offense you can run right now in Madden 22 to score tons of touchdowns and pick up easy yards. We're going to be looking at the gun bunch tight end formation, specifically the Chiefs playbook version of this. Now, you can find bunch tight end in other playbooks. I'll pop those playbooks up on the screen, but the Chiefs playbook does have two unique plays that make the formation even better. Those two plays are the RPO Alert bubble and the triple out. These are not in any of the other gun bunch formations. However, the most important play in this formation is the PA boot over, and that is a staple in every bunch tight end formation. So if you do use one of the other playbooks with this formation, you can still get something out of this video. So we're going to start with the PA boot over because it is the most important play. It's the play that you build the scheme around and make people respect. Now, I like to have the bunch receiver side always lined up on the wide side of the field because it just works better with all of the plays we use. This play actually works really well moving over to the short side of the field, and some of the other plays we're going to break down work better going to the left where all the open space is. Now, of course, if the ball was on the left hash mark instead of the right, we would just simply flip the formation at the play call screen. Now, if you want to stay up to date with all the top tips in Madden all year long, make sure to subscribe, turn the bell icon on so you don't miss any of these important videos when they go live. A lot of you guys watch the videos but don't subscribe, so you could be missing out on a ton of good content that could have you winning more games. All right, so there's tons of ways to set this play up, so I'm going to show you a bunch of them. That's what makes the play so good, is that there's just so many different things you can do with it. So the first setup we're going to use here is we're going to simply go ahead, we're going to streak the tight end, and we're going to block the running back. And then what I'm going to do is put the X receiver on an in route, and we're going to motion him out. Now, if you don't know how to motion, you just get your cursor on the player and then you hit the D-pad to whichever side you want to motion. So we're going to motion him a few steps out and then we're going to snap the ball. Now, this play is so good because you're attacking at 3 different levels when you have this setup. You have the underneath drag, you have the deep crossing route, which is money, and then you also have the in route coming delayed on the back end. This is like kind of your check down. So let's just say, for the sake of arguing, if everything else was open, boom, then you have this check down over the middle. And what makes that so good is that no defense can defend all 3 of those routes at every level. So again, this is the first setup. Gonna run it one more time. It doesn't matter if you're going against man or zone. All of these routes will beat man coverage because they're just cutting routes that cut across the field. And against zone, you're gonna have 1 or 2 of those routes always open. Now, another great setup here is we'll go ahead and streak the tight end again, but then we're going to take the running back and put him on an in route. So it's going to look like this. Now, this is a very sneaky check down with the running back because all of the action is going deep into the right side of the field. So the running back really gets lost here and people never see him. And you see how wide open he is. We got hit there by a blitz or something. Still got crazy yards. If we would have hit him in stride, we would have got more yards. But this is such a fire setup because, like I said, all of the action is going deep into the right and the running back just gets lost. Look how wide open he is. Like, even here, we got about 6 yards, and that's like almost your worst case scenario if it's not being user covered. With this setup, everybody's too worried about the deeper routes, and the zones or anything else on the field just naturally get driven backwards because of those routes going deep. So this is another really great sneaky setup that you want to slip in there. Another good setup here is blocking the running back and putting your tight end on delay fade. If you don't know how to do a delay fade, it's wire triangle to pull up your hot routes as always. Select his icon and then press up on the right stick. What's good about this against zone defense is if nothing else is open for whatever reason, you can release him on his delay fade and he's going to be wide open underneath. Now, how you release him is by holding down his icon, which in my case is A. This is a super annoying like check down thing you can do if people are just somehow getting all of your other routes covered. But again, this is really good for zone defense. If someone starts manning him up or they're just playing man defense a lot, you don't want to go to that setup because the man will stay with the delay fade this year. Another setup you can do with this play is simply dragging the tight end and blocking the running back. So now you've turned your tight end into kind of the check down going the other way. And this works really well too because if he's fast, as you can see, just like when the running back's leaking out, he's going to get over there and be wide open very easily. Now we're going to take a look at the play triple out. Now the idea with this play here is the 3 receivers on the left are going to flood zones and they should do a decent job at beating man because they're on routes that have good cuts. You also have the tight end over the middle, which is going to be a good option to kind of dump it down late if nothing else is open. So this play is a little more difficult to run because you have to really make the proper reads. So right here I could see it's man. I could see right off the bat I got Y, and he's going to be over the top of the cornerback because that cornerback underneath has to cover the X receiver. Here this looks like it's going to be a zone. We can see we got X open, so I kind of pass lead it up the field, pick up easy 5 yards. I possession catch it on the sideline to make sure to get my feet down. But What we're really looking for is the B. And if we can get B deep like so, that's what we want to do. You could see that if you got a fast receiver and a good route runner, he should cook his man a lot of times. And against zone, it just depends on how the zone's set up. Like against a cover 2, he's likely going to be more open. Against a cover 3, you're going to be looking more for the X or the Y receiver. You see, again, we got man and we hit the Y receiver. He just didn't go for the catch for some reason. Running it again here, you could see, all right, we've got the A tight end wide open. We just got hit with like a blitz or whatever right there, but you saw the tight end was absolutely wide open there. You can go ahead and block your running back just to make sure he doesn't like release into his routes, because it's probably better for this play just to have him blocking anyway. Here we could see man again. You could see Travis Kelce, good tight end. He's getting open. So you have multiple options with this play. It's not the best play in the formation. That's the PA boot over, but this is still a very, very good play that you can pick up a lot of good yards, and it attacks the opposite side of the field, which makes it better. Now we're going to look at the RPO Alert bubble. Now this play right here is really powerful because you can run the ball or you could dump down the bubble screen, and the bubble screen blocking is really, really good on this play. And again, with your main play, the PA boot over, attacking the right side of the field, now they have to worry about the left, and they also have to worry about the run, which puts a lot of stress on the user defender. Now, if the run looks good, just let them hand it off like a normal run play. You're looking to get 4 to 5 yards. If you get more, that's great, but you don't have to do anything if you want to run the ball. Just let the QB actually hand it off. Again, if the lanes look good, or if it's a one-on-one and you feel like you can go truck over somebody like that, give the ball to your halfback and just kind of play the numbers game. You can see here, I mean, we're getting about 4 to 5 yards a play, which is perfectly fine for the run. You're not going to always just bust big runs. Now, if you want to throw the bubble screen, what you're going to do is you're going to press the B button. You're going to make sure to get the ball out of your QB's hands. Do not allow him to hand the ball off all the way, or else you're not going to be able to throw it. You can't wait too long on this. If you wait too long, you will not be able to throw the bubble. But as you can see, I mean, you're going to get pretty decent yards with this. Again, it's another one of those try to get 5 yards with it, and it's just basically like a different type of run play. It's the same kind of like risk reward as running the ball. You can see here we're getting about 10 yards. We did break a tackle afterwards, but this is a play that can be a home run hitter, especially with a guy like Tyreek Hill. This play can get you big yards if the blocking sets up, or if you call it at the right time. If they're blitzing heavy off that edge at you and you know the blitz is coming, you hit them with a bubble screen and then you just got nothing but green grass ahead of you. But you can see pretty much every time, just like the run, it's about a 5-yard gain, and it's just a keep them honest play, kind of keep them having to respect multiple things going on and not just 1 or 2 pass plays. The next play we're going to look at is Z-Spot. So the great thing about Z-Spot is the corner route here to the wide receiver. It's a sharp cutting corner, which we love to see. The only main thing we have to do here is streak X. I do like to block the running back just for protection. You can leave the tight end on his route. If you want like a quicker check down over the middle, you can put him on an in route. But basically, we're just creating a simple flood to the left. We should have the corner or the underneath flat route against most defenses. The corner will beat man. If it's zone, either the corner or the quick flat dump down should be open. It's just a nice little mix and play. You see here, the quick flat's open. We hit Tyreek Hill. We get about 8 yards. And with a guy like Tyreek Hill in this spot, you can usually pick up even more than that a lot of times if you get a good rat catch animation. Again, you see Tyreek Hill's open. Never be afraid to hit your flats. That's something that separates good players from great players. If the flat is open, if you got a guaranteed 5 yards, you take it every time. You don't wait on the big gain. Look, again, we're just hitting the flat every play. I'll take 10 yards a play. Give that to me every time. And it's such a low risk throw. It's a flat route. I mean, there's not really anything can go wrong on that. Again, if the flat's open, again, with a guy like Tyreek, take that every time. And that's just what the defense is giving us. When the corner route's there, we'll take the corner route, of course. But if they're going to give us the flat, we're going to take it. I mean, look, the flat's open again. I'm just going to throw the corner to show you how well it beats man coverage, and it beat Marlon Humphrey, who was a top 5 corner in the game. So just so that you know, it works well. And if the flat's not open, I guarantee you the corner will be. But if the flat's there, again, look, 6 yards, 7 yards, I'll take it. Now, if you want to take this scheme up another level, you can take it further by audibling into Gun Bunch Strong and the new Gun Bunch Y Flex. I'm not going to really bother breaking down those formations in depth, but just to give you like an idea, these are 3 really powerful formations. So once you master the bunch tight end, then you can get into this game of, oh, I'm audibling to these other formations now that are super powerful and have their own overpowered plays that you have to now worry about. So that's kind of like the next level of things. Master this formation first and then look into the bunch strong and the bunch flex, audibling into those, and see how that works out for you. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please consider subscribing and turning the bell icon on so you don't miss out on any of the top tier tips all year long. I'll see you next time.